Imagine this, you are checking your phone, GPS stops working, plans begin to disappear from radar, banking system crash, live news cuts to block. Then the government says we are under attack from space. Welcome to a war you won't see coming. A war with no bullet, no blade, just silence, darkness, and a totally global chaos. This is a war in orbit. Space has no trenches, no screaming jets, no screaming soldiers. It's silence, but it's not empty. Above your head right now, over 8,000 operational satellites, communication, GPS, finance, weather surveillance. Take them out and the nation collapse in a minute. And that's a new battleground. Satellites are fragile. They are like $1 million mirrors floating at 17,000 meters per hour. No armor, no defense. And every major power, China, the US, Russia, India, now has a tech to destroy the laser that fire optics, jamming system that blind, communication, kinetic kill, vehicles that slam into satellite at hypersonic speed, cyber weapons that hack and hijab. You don't need to knock a city anymore. You just need to switch off its escape. Destroying a satellite isn't just an attack, it's a maze. One hit can create thousands of fragments, each traveling faster than a bullet, and those fragments, they don't stop. They destroy more satellites, which creates more fragments. It's called the Kessler syndrome, a China reaction that could make Earth's orbit unusable for centuries. No internet, no weather forecasting, no global banking, no international coordination, although back to the Stone Age but from the space. Most of what's launched in orbit we never see. Classified payload, space satellites, anti-satellite drones, some can grab other satellites, some can jump blind or hack. And worst of all, some might be carrying weapons. Space-based weapon, laser system, kinetic rod, EMF device. Officially, no one has them. Unofficially, everyone is testing them. What happens when this cold space war turns hot? Here is one terrifying scenario. China disables Starlink over Taiwan. US military satellites go down. Washington retaliates targeting Chinese Beidou system. Russia joins launching cyber attacks on NATO satellites. India scrambles to protect its network. Civilians' network collapse. The war has no battlefield. It's fought everywhere at once, and the first streak might be the last one you never saw. In 2019, the US created the Space Force. It sounded like a joke until it wasn't. Now, every day major nation has a space military unit. China's strategic support force, Russia aerospace for India Defense Space Agency, NATO's Space Command. This isn't science fiction, it's active defense with real budget, real soldiers, and real plans for war above the earth. One day, a war might start with a flash in orbit, no warning, no declaration, just silence, then darkness, then chaos. This is the war. No one will march in, no flags, no tanks, just destruction from the stars. And the world won't realize it's until they're too late. The old space race has led the general and the president, the new one by Billionaire. This is not just about centuries anymore, it's about empire, tech gap, private fortunes bigger than some nations, and in this new race there are no rules, no treaties, no limits, only ambition and one final prize, the cosmos. In the 1960s, space was the government's domain, NASA, Roscosmos, national mission. But now the billionaires have arrived. Elon Musk with SpaceX, Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin, Richard Branson with Virgin Galactic, Yusuke Maezawa, the Japanese fashion mogul, Zhou Jiaping, and the other powerful Chinese space executives. They are not just funding missions, they are building fleets, colonies, infrastructure, and eventually civilization. One embodies the new space dream more than Elon Musk. His goal not just to visit Mars, but to live there, to build an entirely new civilization independent from Earth. And he's not waiting for permission. Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built, Starlink, the constellation, over 6,000 satellites, rapid reusability, bringing launch costs down 90%, and Mars is official. He's not racing China, he's leaving Earth. Elon sees governments as slow, committees as weak, and a failure as part of progress. If anyone's going to build Martian city, it's going to be him. Not NASA, not the UN, not diplomats. Beijing watched all of this very closely, and it wasn't impressed. China's answer: the Chinese space dream, massive investment, centralized command. No shareholders, no elections, no Elon. Instead, China used its state-owned giant, Cassis, the military-industrial backbone, Tiangong space station already operational, lunar South Pole base planned with Russia, Beidou their own GPS network. China isn't reaching, it's competing directly, strategically, and ruthlessly. The internet war has reached orbit and is flying out between Starlink and Beidou. Starlink promises global, unfiltered internet, it's fast, cheap, decentralized, and it's authoritarian regimes. A tree. China's response is Beidou, its own navigation and the potentially internet system, fully controlled, censored, and armed with anti-Starlink capability. The result is a digital Cold War above our head. While Elon launches rocket at breakneck speed, Jeff Bezos played the long game. His company Blue Origin is slow, recruiter, more secretive. But his goal is just as ambitious: to move heavy industry into space, to protect Earth by making it a residential zone. While factories orbit in the void, Bezos call it Earth's joining plan. No, Earth's zoning plan, and he is building it piece by piece. His game is chess, not speed. The truth is, no one knows the Outer Space Treaty says no nation can claim space, but it says nothing about companies, and now companies are claiming this space. Mining rights on asteroids, colonization zone on Mars's orbital real estate. Elon Musk once said, if we get there first, we set the rule. China disagrees. Bezos has his own idea, and the UN too slow to even respond. This is no longer just about exploration, it's about dominance, not just not just of nations, but of the names Musk X I Bezos. The new flags on the moon might not be national flag. They might be corporate logos, and the history will ask who claimed the stars first, a nation, a company, or a man with a dream too big for Earth. The last time humans settled a new world, it was by ship across oceans. Now it's by rocket across planets. This chapter is in the science fiction. It's a science fact in the making, from just covered domes to nuclear-powered habit. This is the story of how humanity plans to become interplanetary. Who built the first maritime colony? How will it survive, and will it belong to Elon Musk or China? There is no oxygen, no running water, temperature drops to -80, and the daily radiation rain is down 24/7. So why Mars? Because it's the only planet close enough, stable enough, and just possible enough. It has a 24.6 hours a day, polar ice caps, volcanoes, caves, and the resource. Mars isn't hospitable, but it's not hopeless either. And in the world of Musk, we have to try. Elon Musk isn't building a base, he's building a city, a self-sustaining civilization with a population of 1 million. His plan is 1,000 starships, each carrying 100 passengers, repeated launches every 26 months when Mars is closest, greenhouse habitats, mining outposts, and a fuel planet. And how to power it all? Solar rays, nuclear backup, and the human will. But Musk now the risk is the first cruise will likely a day. He said it himself, but he still believes it's worth it because extinction on Earth is inevitable. China sees Mars as a strategic frontier, not a private colony, but a national assistance. Their goal is manned Mars landing by 2033, sample returning mission by 2030, Mars base construction by 2045, partnership with Russia for lunar and Martian expansion. But unlike Elon's free market model, China Martian base will be a state-controlled, disciplined, centralized, also technocratic. And it's not just about exploration, it's about prestige, beating the West and claiming the new world before anyone else. On Mars, everything wants to kill you. Thin atmosphere, you can't breathe it, no magnetic field, radiation is constant, dust storms. They can last months and cover the entire planet. Water mostly frozen and the buried resource trapped in rock. So, how do we survive? Lava tubes, shelter, radiation shielded domes, hypoconic food system, and oxygen from electrolysis, 3D printed habitats from Martian's hole. And most important, mental strength is because Mars will be the loneliest place humans have ever lived. Here is a choice. You won't buy a ticket to Mars like you book a flight. It's like it will be astronauts, engineers, medicines, geologists, farmers, not tourists. Only the best will go at first, then the rich, then the broke, then maybe you. But here is the deeper question. Will Mars be a democracy, a corporate colony, a dictatorship, or something entirely new? Who decides the law on Mars? What flag is planted? What currency is used? What if someone commits a crime? What if there is a value? The first Martian government might be written on a tablet inside the habitat dome, a constitution for one inch renewal, and whoever builds it first might write the rule forever. NASA has a plan, Elon has a fleet, China has state funding, Russia, India, and the United Arab Emirates have mission in a development. But time is ticking. Climate threats, war, AI risk, age might not give us a second chance. This question isn't just who gets to Mars. It's who gets there first and stays. This is no longer science fiction. It's construction project, a political mission, a survival plan, and the race to build the wall before we lose our hour.